Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Welcome to your August 2022 forecast. My name is Cailin, and today I'm going to be using tropical astrology and the whole sign system to tell you about what is coming up for the month ahead. You can watch this horoscope if you are a Taurus Ascendant, Sun, or Moon. I would always recommend, first and foremost, that you start with your Ascendant sign horoscope. And that is because it will be the most accurate for you overall. Having said that, Taurus suns, like myself, will find that this horoscope pertains to them on a more professional front. So, with anything to do with your career, your life goals, and your big dreams for the future, that will apply to you if you are a Taurus sun. If your moon is in Taurus, the themes which center around your home life, your family, property and living circumstances, as well as what's happening on a psychological level, you will probably resonate with this horoscope in that way. And so let's get into it. On the 1st/2nd of August, depending where you live in the world, Mars will form a conjunction with Uranus in Taurus in your first house at 8 degrees. So I did discuss this conjunction, which also involves the North Node, which took place on the 31st of July. Mars wasn't quite in the mix with the Uranus North Node conjunction. It was 1 degree off, but now a day or two later, Mars and Uranus will be exact. So everything that I spoke about at the end of my July horoscopes will also be flowing on through to the first few days of August. Essentially, this is a very potent conjunction and it will impact Taurians in a very physical and tangible way. So, because this is occurring in your first house, this represents your path in life and the journey that you're on. So, you may be experiencing sudden downloads of information with respect to what you want to do with your career, especially because Uranus rules over your 10th house, or maybe what you want to do with your goals in life. Maybe you want to change up your physical appearance. Maybe your overall persona is changing during this first few days of August, and maybe you are becoming more adventurous, or you're just having these new ideas about what sort of things you want to innovate or explore, or these exciting changes that you want to make. Maybe you just want to take your life in a completely new direction. So, this can see you rebelling against any form of restriction or limitation that you've been experiencing, whether this is imposed by another person or this could be self imposed. So, this can really see you breaking the mold and doing something daring and quite unpredictable or uncharacteristic, especially given that Taurians are just known for doing the same thing, looking the same, day in and day out. So for you, Taurus ascendants, maybe you'll be experimenting with your physical appearance. For you, Taurus suns, maybe you'll be experimenting with your career and doing something totally new. And for you, Taurus moons, maybe there's going to be some changes that you are enacting with regard to your personal relationships with other people. I just want to make one note though, with Mars ruling over your 7th house, which represents your one on one relationships. Some of you may enter into a relationship really quickly or unexpectedly, or you may end a relationship very quickly and very unexpectedly. So, people can walk into your life and have this there can be this, love at first sight or lust at first sight experience, or maybe you just hit it off. This could be a friend, it doesn't need to be romantic. But then for those of you who are in relationships, you may just wake up one day and just decide that this isn't it, this isn't what you want. And on the relationship front, I would say that that would be more for you Taurus ascendants and you Taurus moon people. And lastly, and this is just if your ascendant, otherwise known as your rising sign, is in Taurus and it is around 18 degrees. Okay, so Taurus risings between 15 to 21 degrees specifically, I would be avoiding taking any physical risks or any huge financial risks during this period of time. So, on a physical level, I just wouldn't be doing anything dangerous. I wouldn't be going bungee jumping or skydiving or, doing anything that can lead to some sort of major accident. And that is because Mars and Uranus are both connected to accidents in astrology. We do see this transit take place every 2 years, so you don't need to freak out about it. But all I'm saying is, if you've booked bungee jumping for the end of July or the first week of August, I'd cancel it. Okay. And even if you are a Taurus sun person, I would be avoiding investing huge amounts of money in something around, the first few days of August. And that is because Mars rules over your 12th house, which is connected to big expenses and big losses. I do see this as an exciting transit. So again, it's nothing to freak out about, but I just wanted to make a couple of notes on those areas. Now, on the 2nd and the 3rd of August, we are going to see Venus making a sextile to Venus in Cancer, making a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. And we're also going to see a sextile between I've forgotten the other one. I didn't make a lot of notes about this, but essentially there is some sort of exciting opportunity which is coming up with this Mars Uranus conjunction. So, there may be an opportunity to collaborate or to enter into a new business or improve your professional image in one way or another. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo. So it will be entering into your 5th house and it will be there until the 25th of August. Normally, I don't mention Mercury transits because they are super brief, but essentially, Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo and it rules over Virgo as well. So I wanted to mention this because it is a great time for business. It is a great time to pursue a new hobby or a passion or start a new creative project. So, on the business front, you may be looking at selling products, especially because Mercury rules over commerce and selling, and Mercury rules over your 2nd house of finances, and it is the ruler of your 5th house. So, you could be offering new services, selling products, or selling new products. You could have a lot of exciting new ideas for your business. So, this is a great time to brainstorm. And you could even be collaborating with other people in connection to your business. And that is because Mercury is a planet which rules over collaborations. You may be looking at investing in your business. So, I'm not talking about investing like all of your life savings into it, but you may be making some purchases for your business, which could be very beneficial for your business. And Mercury is one of the planets which is associated with teaching. So this is like short courses or things which are educational or in like in more of a, let's say, short course structure, whereas Jupiter would represent like your university professors and teachers. So Mercury is more like training, let's say. So with Mercury transiting your 5th house, there could be an opportunity for you to go in and use your knowledge to train someone or a certain group of people, or you could be putting together a training course, so some educational material. And it's 111 right now as I'm saying that. And I'm a Taurus sun and I've been talking about doing this for ages. So it's definitely a little note for me. Like I said, the 5th house is connected to your hobbies, passions, and creative projects. So you could be starting a new communications project. So this could involve writing, blogging, vlogging, doing some videos, whether that's for YouTube or TikTok or Reels. This could see you trying your hand at stand-up comedy, or you could be organizing an event. Now, it doesn't just need to be for your business. Maybe you're just organizing a party or a celebration for yourself or for another person. And this could see you looking at getting into design or fashion or something which is connected to, anything creative. You could be painting or drawing or anything of that nature. And Mercury rules over technology and vehicles. So maybe you're working on a new website or, looking at modifying your car or, technological stuff. Now, on a different level, the fifth house is connected to romance and children. So you could be feeling more flirty. You could be dating someone new. You could just decide to join a dating app or a website. You and your significant other could be having some great conversations or discussions, whether that's just opening the lines of communication or just becoming more communicative. On a different note, the same can be said for children. So maybe you're having some great conversations with them, or you feel like you're having some sort of breakthrough in terms of your communications. Now, lastly, the fifth house is connected to vacations and adventures. So maybe you'll just be going on a short trip or a vacation. This could be by yourself, or this could be with your lover, someone you're dating, or with your children. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus, which is your ruling planet, will enter the sign of Leo, which means it will be transiting your fourth house, and it will be there until the 5th of September. So wherever Venus goes, whatever Venus is doing, this is you. It represents you and what you're doing, as it is your chart ruler. So with Venus through the fourth house, this can see you focusing on your home life and your property. So with Venus ruling over your sixth house, which is connected to obtaining loans, some of you could be looking at getting a loan. You could be buying a property, or you could be selling a property. You could be engaging the services of a real estate agent. You could be entering into a new rental agreement, whether that is you as a renter or as a landlord. So you could be having new tenants coming into your property, or you could be renting a property, obviously. Now, on the home front, you could just be enjoying time with your family. You could be entertaining in your family home. Maybe you're having more friends visit your home, or you could be decorating or furnishing your home in one way or another. And lastly, with this transit, some of you could be, for those of you who have a significant other, they could experience some sort of success in their career or some sort of recognition. And that is because the fourth house in your chart represents the 10th house in their chart, because it is the 10th house from your seventh house. I know that sounds so complicated, so just ignore it if that goes over your heads. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in Leo in your fourth house is going to make a trine to Jupiter in Aries in your 12th house. So this will be at 8 degrees, and Jupiter will be retrograde. So the 12th house in astrology is connected to the hidden realm, that which is unseen. It rules over divination of all kinds. So essentially, you could be having some sort of spiritual experience which leads to you having a breakthrough or experiencing emotional liberation from something. So let me just break that down for you. Trines in astrology are very positive aspects. They are very harmonious aspects. We like to see them, essentially, and they represent something going well or easily, or there being some sort of flow or blessing which comes to us. Now, Venus is the lesser benefic in astrology, and Jupiter is the greater benefic. So when these two planets, which are connected to blessings and abundance and prosperity, make a positive aspect to one another, the result can be quite lovely or quite enjoyable and fortunate in a lot of ways. So with Jupiter being retrograde in your 12th house, some of you may have a spiritual experience And this could come through seeing an astrologer, having a tarot reading, or you could be doing your own, pulling your own tarot cards or studying your own astrological birth chart and just have a breakthrough. Maybe you finally understand what your tarot cards have been trying to tell you, or maybe you are able to interpret a dream that you've had. Maybe it's a recurring dream because Jupiter's retrograde, and then this can bring through some sort of premonition or a blessing. And on a different note, you could be seeing a psychic, you could be seeing a tarot reader or a Reiki healer or someone who practices Feng Shui, and this can lead you to having a breakthrough with respect to your fourth house. So this could improve your home life. It could improve your relationship with your family, with your children, with your significant other. Maybe this will help you to start a family or expand your family or heal certain wounds within your family ties or with respect to you and your ancestry and your lineage. Even if you're not in contact with certain family members, you could just experience some sort of deep inner healing on that level. Now, this can see you having a breakthrough with finding a new home or with selling your new home or with relocating. So, I really hope that this means me as a Taurus sun, because my husband and I have been looking to relocate for such a long time. So just to use my personal experience as an example for you guys, maybe I will have some sort of dream that I interpret, which allows me to know when I'm going to move home or where to look, which real estate agent to contact or which area to look in, or something which is going to make that transition a lot more smooth for me and my husband. I hope that interpretation or that analysis helps you guys in one respect or another. On a different note, this could see you having the opportunity to relocate to a foreign country or to a remote place, or maybe you're looking at setting up some sort of spiritual retreat, and this could involve your ancestry or your lineage. And on a different level, some of you could just have some sort of I suppose download of information or come across some sort of innate wisdom which allows you to overcome an obstacle and move forward, especially in a psychological sense if you have been experiencing some sort of self-sabotaging behavior. And that's especially for you Moon in Taurus people and Taurus rising people. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars is going to enter the sign of Gemini, which means it will be transiting your second house. Now, normally Mars spends about 7-ish weeks, give or take, in a sign. So this one stands out because Mars will actually be in Gemini in your second house for 7 months, and that's until the end of March in 2023. So the reason why Mars is spending so long in Gemini in your second house is because it will have a retrograde period of about 10 weeks, which will be from the end of October until the 12th of January. So I do want you guys to pay special attention to whatever you are starting around the 20th of August, or at least between the 20th of August and the end of October. With Mars in your second house, this can see you putting a lot of energy into earning more money, generating more income, looking at how you can be more independent on a financial level. You could be placing a lot of energy into learning about finances and budgeting and taking care of financial matters. Maybe you'll be quite proactive in terms of managing your finances and learning what you can about finances so that it can benefit you on a personal level. And again, just to use myself as an example, I really haven't been paying much attention to, what I'm making every month, and I've let my taxes go for over a year. So I need to do 2 tax returns in the next few weeks. So for me personally, as a Taurus sun, I really want to be so on top of my finances and just paying attention to money that's coming in, money that's going out, what I'm earning, how I'm budgeting. I'm looking at maybe setting up some um, like multiple savings accounts. So segregating it so I can maybe have like a travel fund or an account where that money goes towards my business, then another account for spendings and so on and so forth. And, by all means, like use these ideas and investigate them for yourselves. Really, Taurus is going to go on a huge learning curve over the next 7 months when it comes to not just finances, but resources as well, because the second house rules over all of your resources. And I really consider time to be a resource too. So maybe you're going to be looking at how you manage your time, especially because Mars rules over your 12th house, and the 12th house rules over losses and, not keeping track of things. So if you have been unproductive or inefficient with your time management, this is something that you could be focusing on as well. Now, the second house also rules over possessions and valuables and your wardrobe. So you could be cleaning out your wardrobe, getting rid of possessions and valuables that you don't need anymore, decluttering, just really going to town on everything that you own and just, I suppose, being ruthless in a way, being like, I don't need this, I don't need that, this is taking up space. I want to welcome new things into my life by making room and clearing things out. Now, the second house is connected to food and the mouth. So this can see you um, quitting a smoking habit, especially because Mars rules over the 12th house, which is one of the houses which is connected to addictions. So this can see you, reducing. Well, if you're not cutting out smoking, maybe it is cutting out certain recreational drugs or reducing your intake of recreational drugs or even just medication in general, because the 12th house, which Mars rules over, is connected to pharmaceuticals and medications. Now, this can see you changing your diet. So maybe you're going to want to cut certain things out of your diet or reduce them. It doesn't have to be black and white, all or nothing. You could be reducing your sugar intake, gluten intake, how much meat you're eating, or maybe you are becoming a vegan or a vegetarian and, really just switching up that diet of yours. Now, lastly for the month, on the 24th of July, Uranus is going to station retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your first house at 18 degrees. So Uranus will be retrograde for about 5-ish months. And essentially, Uranus is retrograde for about 5 or so months every year. It's not necessarily a big deal, but I do like to mention it because the energy can be quite noticeable on the day, when it's actually going retrograde. So this can see you reflecting and reviewing and maybe even a recalibration of sorts when it comes to your personal expression, your sense of freedom, how much you are or are not conforming to what the collective is doing or what your friends are doing or certain groups that you're a part of. You may be deciding that you want to reconsider your position in certain friendship groups or communities. Or if you already have formed a group or a community, maybe you're refining who is a part of that. And on a different level, the first house rules over your persona, and with Uranus ruling over things which are unpredictable, volatile, or just sudden change, this can see you deciding that you want to express yourself differently, dress differently. Um, you could be looking at how much you do or don't reveal about yourself, because Uranus rules over divine truth And Uranus, just generally speaking, is a very shocking planet. It's a very unpredictable planet, and it is connected to big ideas and brainstorming. So, with Uranus being retrograde, maybe you're going to be revealing less about your opinions, revealing less about your plans for the future or your plans for your career with Uranus ruling over your 10th house. Maybe you are going to become less outspoken on certain matters. And I know Taurians like to, just keep it chill, and you're not just like popping off at everyone that you speak to who annoys you. But Uranus being retrograde in your first house can see you internalizing the ways in which you want to experience liberation or what you are experimenting with. So your desire to, I suppose, reveal your wild and wacky ideas and your goals for your future. You may just want to keep that closer to your chest and not reveal this and not be so forthcoming, while you just internalize this process and decide what direction you want to go in, what you want to do with your life, how you want to express yourself, how you want to dress, and the sorts of people that you want to associate with as well. And so, Taurus, that's all I have for you for August 2022. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content on here. And if you'd like to book a private one-on-one reading with me, you can do so via the link in the description box below. Enjoy your month ahead, Taurus, and I'll see you in September.